Yeah, something like that.
แล้วผมเข้าใจภาษาไทยนิดหน่อย but คุณเข้าใจภาษาอังกฤษมาก
Yeah, for me, this was kind of a last minute thing, so I won't even tell you if I'm wearing pants.
That is actually worse.
Oh, fuck. Hey, you happy with that?
Yeah, no, that's good. I know you're just starting out on YouTube, so I can give you some words of wisdom if you like your Thai language.
Wash your hands and do your push-ups, old man.
What's next? I should keep it secret, right?
Hey everyone, welcome to the Richard Travel Saturday Live Show. Pumped for today's show. Thanks everyone for joining. I see we got a lot of people in the chat already. So for you, those of you that are new to the channel, Richard Travel is focused on tips and tools for your next Thailand trip. Just go here to the comments, make sure everything's looking good there. So in addition to these live shows, a lot of people don't understand or realize that I also have an edited video series titled Richard Returns to Thailand. So it chronicles my return to Thailand after being away for about 10 months in February of 2020. And just as the worldwide illness was starting to expand. So it's a great video series. Currently there's 8 episodes up with more to come. So I would just kind of recommend anyone that's interested in watching some cool videos after the live stream, check those out. I had a lot of great comments on those. So I think you guys will enjoy those. So let's talk about today's show. So another exciting show today. It's jam-packed. So Julian will be joining us from the YouTube channel Julian K Glasser. And in just a minute or two, we may be going live to our Thailand correspondent in Bangkok, Thailand Vloggers. So he's been doing a couple of Facebook Live videos earlier. Hopefully he has all his faculties still in his possession and he's good to go live. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the green room as we kind of go through this today. He's going to be interviewing one of the bar managers of a pretty famous bar in downtown Bangkok. So that'll be pretty cool. And thank you to all the moderators today. So the moderators allowed me to make this show great. So they kind of allowed me to focus on the guests and what we're doing, and they take care of any type of inappropriate chat messages. Just so you know, we have to be mindful that all the chat messages are, aligning to YouTube's terms and conditions of the agreement here of the partnership program. So if you do leave a comment and it happens to get deleted or removed, don't take it personally, guys. Moderators just doing their job. You are happy to repost your message, just using different words. So just try to be mindful of that. Great. Let me go here and welcome some people in. We got a lot of people in the chat today. Awesome. So I see Robert Mack is here today. I think that's awesome. Perfect. Teacher Thomas, Triple T in the house. Check out that thumbnail picture of Triple T. I love that, man. Looks like such a badass. That's so great. Tommy J. Nice to see you, man. Peter Hopkins. Robert Mack in Asia. Oh, and here we got a legend coming in here. Daystate Fox. I think Daystate Fox may still be in Portugal. So legend. I saw a video that he did for Nick Dean's show last week. It was epic video. He's in the pool filming himself, saying hello to Nick, wishing to get back to Thailand soon. But it's just, man, maybe I was very envious seeing Daystate Fox in there. So yeah, it was good. Great. Got a little elephant in the house. Good morning to everyone. Perfect. Great. Awesome. Got a lot of great guys in here. Let me go down here and take care of this one. So I thought what we might do, I was hoping to go to Thailand Vloggers initially here right out of the gate. But, time flies when you're in Thailand drinking a beer in a bar. So I thought what we might do, I have Julian in my green room, switch gears a little bit. What we may do is we may actually have Julian and myself go live to Thailand Vloggers in Bangkok and kind of do that whole thing. So let me do this. Let me kind of switch gears a little bit because, live shows, you got to be ready to switch gears, go with the flow. So let me do this. I'm going to bring in Julian into the live stream, but let me do a proper job of announcing him here. So our first guest today is Julian from the YouTube channel Julian K Glasser. Julian is an entrepreneur, world traveler, and YouTube creator. Julian was born in Thailand. For those of you familiar with his channel, you will know that Julian is both fluent in English and Thai. Julian's videos are focused around condo and hotel reviews all over Thailand and restaurant reviews. He has also tackled the Thai nightlife and has an outstanding video titled Thailand Fire Juggler. Gotta check that one out. That's a great video. So please join me in welcoming Julian into the live stream. This way.
Hey, Richard. Thanks for having me on your show.
You're welcome, man. How's my audio? Pretty good?
You sound great. Do I sound okay?
What? No, I'm just kidding. Just messing
okay.
with you.
Yeah, you sound good. I'm glad. I'm glad
Great.
that the hotel Wi-Fi is nice and good here, because sometimes you go to the hotels and the Wi-Fi is not really that great. But this hotel's pretty good Wi-Fi.
Yeah, perfect. And yeah, it's great. So it's so funny. I'm gonna give Thailand Vloggers a thumbs up because he's looking at me in the green room. It's so funny. I bring you on, and then Thailand Vloggers comes into the green room. But we have certain codes. He will tell me either "Come on, I'm ready to go," or "No," or "Wait." So we'll wait for the signal from Thailand Vloggers. But
yeah, that sounds good.
All right, cool. So he's giving me a thumbs up. So this is going to be a stressful live stream, Julian. I'm going to need like a drink at 9 o'clock in the morning. All I have is water and matcha.
What time is it out in? You're in San Diego, right?
San Francisco. So 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's about
So I
10.
thought, yeah, go ahead. 10 o'clock at your time, right?
Yeah, 10 o'clock this time.
So I thought what we might do is do like a funny game to start off things before we go into the Q&A and the interview. I wanted to start out with a game, and everyone in the chat can actually play along with this. So I'm going to ask you a question, Julian, but I don't want you to answer right away. So I should mute your mic so you can't answer right away. It's a pretty simple question, but the question is, how old is Julian? So everyone in the chat, I'm gonna be looking, I want some best guesses. I will tell you what my guess is, because I know that Thai people look young for their age, right? So oftentimes they look younger than they actually are. So my guess is Sisapa, 45.
You think I'm that on 45?
Sisapa. How's my Thai? My Thai is not good. All right, so that obviously is not correct. All right, so let me try another one. I'm going to say, here, let me do this. Let me bring you in. Let's do this. Get a better look at Julian. All right, everyone, let's take a look at Julian. My second guess is going to be Sisapuk, 46.
Wow, I must not take very good care of myself if you think that I'm 46 years
No,
old.
I'm just messing with you. So we have some guesses in here. So Chugsy is saying 28. Kevin Chang Noi, 27. Tommy J, 27. Day State Fox, 32. Redden Jones, 32. So if I'm being honest, I was just trying to have some levity there. I would say maybe 25. So
Yeah,
you can all tell us.
That's exactly how old I am.
Yes, I win absolutely nothing.
Yeah, exactly 25. Yep.
So let me do this. I want to try something new. So usually I like to do like a one-on-one interview with my guest, but Thailand Vloggers is giving me a couple different signs. Would you mind going with me to the bar with him?
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Let's do it.
Yeah, let me do this. Let me remove the banner and bring in Thailand Vloggers. Whoops, too many controls here. Add to the stream.
Hey,
Hey,
Bring
Roy.
them over here.
Nice to see you.
welcome
doing?
to Soy Cowboy.
Soy Cowboy, yes, my favorite soy in all of Bangkok.
How you doing? I'm going to a bar here.
Any rain tonight? Any rain tonight, or is it no rain?
Yeah, I'm
Here?
just coming to a bar. It's called the Oasis. It's on Soy Cowboy. It's a sports bar. I'm not going to a go-go bar. It's Can
you hear us okay, Roy?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're not.
Great.
It's loud here, but I can hear you.
Great. This is awesome. Exciting.
This
So is
is,
this which bar is this?
This is called Oasis Soy Cowboy. It's not
Okay,
a go-go
cool.
bar, of course. because my wife won't let me shoot in a go-go bar. But as you can see, it's on Soy Cowboy.
Nice.
That
That is nice.
Just walking around here, I know I've talked to the manager and I've talked to some of the staff. You can see there. This is the second floor where people shoot pool. First floor, also live
nice.
Games.
Live sports, perfect.
If you're watching the Premier League or whatever you want to see, it's a sports bar. And
is it pretty busy there now, or it looks like there's some
not
people in there?
busy, but it's actually not.
It looks pretty
There are a few
good.
people here. It's not empty. Let me go here and talk to the staff. Ooh. Hey, what's your name?
Okay.
Som.
Tom.
So what do you do here? Bartender. It's a bartender here.
Yeah,
Everything. Tell me about this bar.
everything's good.
Everything's good here. They're waiting for you. You want tourists to come back to Thailand?
Yeah, sure. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. So coming down here now. First floor. Wait a minute. I know this guy. Hang on a second. It looks like Fraser Hot Yai.
Hey, Fraser.
Hey.
What are you doing with this camera?
I'm sticking it in your face, man.
Who the fuck are you?
Right. See, he knows the correct thing to say to someone. Do you have any
Great.
questions or what's up? Richard,
Yeah, no.
any questions
we'll
from
just-
the studio or anything?
Yeah, let's take a look
I'm
at the
just trying to
look at
enjoy
the
my
chat
beer
here.
here. And this crazy guy in a hat come up here and start a racket.
Yeah, Triple T saying awesome tour of what looks like a great hangout spot. Go more hike
Triple
is
T
saying hello to
knows. He
staff.
knows a good place.
Hope you're doing
it is-
Yeah,
good.
it's pretty
quiet
quiet
there.
here. Come
Hope
back.
you're doing good, Scott. I'm gonna try to visit you maybe next month in Rayong.
Hey, I recognize Fraser. Go Mike. What is it? Go more Mike?
Go more hike. Questions,
Nice.
anything for Fraser? Yeah.
That's a little quiet there. I think just interested to see. So, what's your take on Soy Cowboy? Is there a lot of people there? A little bit of people?
I'm gonna come back for you, buddy. But I can show you. It's not particularly crowded. I'm not big into filming the faces of people who
Yeah, no,
partake
that's
of
totally
these.
fine.
But I can show you. Yeah, Cowboy's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty slow, right? But that's typical.
But
That's what
but
we
the
expect.
good news is all the bars are open. The bad news is there aren't enough customers here.
Yeah, well, that's actually great news. So the lights are on. It's not dark. So I think that's great. No, that's wonderful, man. That's a good sign. You know, it's going to come back slow, right?
Oh, they're waiting for you. And by you, I mean whoever's watching this personally.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Bangkok's going to come back a lot quicker than Pattaya.
This fucking guy back again. I'm trying to drink my beer here. What's up?
I'm bothering him. I love it. These song
All right,
class are
Roy.
like these song people can fuck with each other. It's great.
All right, Roy, we're
Okay.
going to let you go. We'll come back to you a little bit later in the stream, okay?
I'm sorry?
We'll come back to you a little bit later in the live show.
Chill. No worries.
All right.
Catch you
All
later,
right.
man.
Cool.
See you, Roy.
All right. What everyone think of that one?
I think
Got to be
Roy
mindful of
had
the
a,
language.
I think Roy had a couple of drinks already.
Yeah. We just got to be mindful of language there, guys. I don't want to get any kind of strikes or claims against the live show. So, yeah. So, cool. So, Teacher Tom is saying this is a surprising live collaboration. Way to go, Richard. Yeah. So, he's kind of like our Thailand correspondent out there, which is awesome. So, yeah, it works out pretty good most of the time. So, I'm excited about that. Cool. Let me just go back here. Remove this one. All right, cool. Let me get a new banner going here. So much to do here, Julian. It's nuts. There we go. All right, cool. Hey, so let's have a chat, man, you and I. So I think we had a good conversation of the day. I would love to have our conversation start with you telling everyone your backstory. Because, you know, we talked about this the other day, and I was like, your backstory is so awesome, how you first arrived in Thailand, but I didn't want to steal your thunder because you do such a great job of telling that story. So I'll kind of open it up to you, and you can kind of talk about your first arrival in Thailand.
Yeah, so I actually never really thought that my story was that interesting, you know, because it's my own life. So I never really thought of anything, you know, that it was that much different. But I could see how, like, when I tell it to other people, they might be like, oh, wow, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, so I was born in Thailand. My mom, I believe, didn't have insurance in America. So she flew out from America to Thailand to have me born in Thailand, and she paid cash for my C-section, which in America, I think at that time it might have been like $30,000-$40,000 to get a C-section. But if you did it in Thailand, I believe it was like $500 at that time. So yeah, so pretty much I was only a few months old. Then we came back from Thailand to Las Vegas. So I basically been living in Las Vegas for pretty much my entire life, 23 years, pretty much. And right when I graduated from college, I was thinking that I wanted to come to Thailand because I just felt like I was in Las Vegas for a long time, and I really just wanted to change up. I felt like every day was getting kind of the same, you know, being in Las Vegas, and I just wanted to kind of switch things up. So I decided I literally sold everything I had in America, and I just came on a flight to Thailand.
Wow, that's great. I'm gonna just mute my mic for a second as all the ambulances come by. It's like, you know what this is like, right, Julian? Like living in the big city, it's like a lot of noise. They generally don't start up for like another hour or so. So usually it's a indication what the day is going to be like if the sirens start up at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, I'm used to hearing the sirens and the gunshots out where I used to live. So I used to live in kind of a ghetto area in Las Vegas. So
yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So, you know, because you were born in Thailand, then went back to the US. So you grew up speaking English. When did you decide that you wanted to learn to speak Thai?
Yeah, so I actually didn't learn Thai until much later in my life. I did speak a little bit of Thai like when I was younger, but I would say I knew very, very basic Thai throughout my entire life. But I started to get really good at speaking Thai when I actually moved to Thailand. And I learned Thai pretty quickly. I would say within the first 3 to 6 months of living in Thailand, I learned it pretty quickly. And I kind of had a base of the Thai language from when I was little, but actually living out in Thailand, that's what really sped up the process. Like really in that 3 to 6 month span, I learned Thai very quickly.
Wow. And then, so you recently did an awesome video for a $600 a night hotel in Phuket that I just absolutely loved. And, you know, I was thinking at the time, the title, $600 a night, no hotel is worth that. That's not a good value. But I will tell you, you did such a great job of filming that. Like I bought in. I'm like, if I had the money, I would spend $600 for that place because just the grounds, the resort, the room itself with the view, I felt like $600 was a good rate. But I actually have 2 questions for you on that one. So number one, how did you talk the manager into letting you stay there for free? And 2, do you think that $600 a night is a good value for that place?
Yeah, so to answer your first question, actually, this is kind of a case of kind of having a good network, a good connection network. So basically, my friend is friends with one of the managers there, and basically, she talked to the manager and said that I had a YouTube channel, and if they would be interested in me, you know, giving like a free night. So we ended up going together to stay at this place. And I ended up making that video there, and she took a bunch of nice pictures and all that stuff. And to answer the second question, is $600 a night. Me personally, if I was going to stay there myself, this is just me personally, my maximum that I would pay is probably maybe 8,000 baht per night. That's just my personal opinion. I would put my max cap at that place at 8,000. But the thing about that resort, the Shore at Katatani Resort, most people go there for special occasions like honeymoons, or maybe it's a 1-year anniversary or something like that. So it's not like a place that most people just go there to just, you know, spend a night there. They're going there for for their honeymoon, or they're going there for like a 1-year anniversary. So when it comes to that, I could see how it doesn't really matter. I mean, it could be $1,000 a night and people will still pay it because it's a once in a lifetime expense. You know, it's not like a everyday kind of expense.
Great. That's a great answer. So let me do this. I think I'm getting the wave in by our guy, Thailand Vloggers. Let me do this, add him to the stream.
Hey!
Hello, sir. How you doing?
I can't hear anything that's been said right now. Oh, I can now. Hey,
Frazier, hello. It's going great, man. How's your night going? You like that bar? Is it a good bar?
Yeah, I was just in here enjoying my beer, and then this crazy guy with the hat popped in and started filming me.
Where you wonder, who is this guy? Then you recognized him and said, oh, I know him.
Yeah, it's the crazy Thailand Vloggers guy. And I see you got Julian on.
Yeah, you know
watched
Julian?
some of his videos. Yes. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers to you, man.
Cheers. Cheers with the water. Cheers with water right here.
Cheers with water.
Yeah, Frazier, we have to have you back on the show, Frazier. We had a lot of great comments about your appearance. People loved you.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. Great. Good to see you're out there enjoying a drink.
Cheers.
All right.
Good to see you producing more videos and bringing on more people.
Yeah, you got it. Happy to do that. Awesome. Cool. Well, we'll come back to you a little later in the stream. I'm going to finish up with Julian and enjoy your drinks.
Right. Okay.
All right. Talk to you later. Bye.
I also just put in the live chat, I put the link to that video if you want to watch it.
Okay, cool. See if that came through.
I think it should have came up in the live chat. So
okay,
if don't watch it now, but after the interview is done, then you can go check it out.
yeah, and if that doesn't appear, Tommy J or one of the mods, feel free to put the link in there. It's his second to latest video. I thought it was the latest one. You just put another one up a couple hours ago. I saw. I'm like, oh, I'm already behind.
Yeah, that was a great hotel. That was I think it's called the Palmyra Patong Hotel. And I couldn't believe it, for 600 baht a night. It was 600 baht per night after taxes. So it was like 593. It was the exact amount was like 593 baht after taxes. And the place was great. I was actually even considering I might come to Phuket again this month, later in the end of the month. And I was thinking about talking to the manager if I could get some kind of weekly rate. So if I wanted to stay there for a week, I wonder if I could just get like a weekly rate. Because there's nobody in that area. In Patong, there's barely anybody there. Yeah.
It's amazing. So I feel like Phuket is doing better than most. It looks like Bangkok is coming back. But the sad thing about Pattaya is I feel like more and more bars are closing each day. You know, I put a funny title in my name this week, Pattaya Beer Garden, RIP, you know, rest in peace. Because in case those of you who have maybe in the chat didn't hear about this, the Pattaya Beer Garden is closed. The owner of the restaurant and bar actually went on a TV show, a news channel, saying that, yeah, he was not just mothballing it, it was closing for good. So it's very sad, because anyone that's been to Pattaya knows the beer garden's a great place to get food and drink, beautiful view of the water, and it's going away. So I was a little sad to hear that. That really hit home for me, one of the first major big ones that have closed. Did you hear about that, Julian?
I didn't know what this, I've never heard of the Pattaya Beer Garden. So is that like a really famous bar in Pattaya?
Yeah, it's more of a restaurant than a bar, but I mean they do have a big bar area, so I shouldn't say it's not a bar. It's really both. But the interesting location of it is it's right at the start or the end of Beach Road, the start of Walking Street, and there was a big beer bar complex just outside. So everyone that came to Pattaya would generally have a meal there, and I just loved it. So it's kind of like very, very sad that went away. But I wanted to kind of switch gears a little bit with you, Julian, because one of the things that resonated when we talked a couple of days ago was, you shared a little bit around your sadness when you see Thai surprised to hear that you're fluent in Thai. I'd love to kind of have you talk more about that.
It's not really that I'm sad. It's just that sometimes it's kind of unfortunate that I still get treated pretty much almost throughout the country as a foreigner. So like if I go to Chiang Mai, if I go to Phuket, if I go to Bangkok, you know, I'll still be kind of treated as you know, either someone from not from Thailand. So and I'm working on my Thai speaking skills too, because I still speak a little bit with an accent. I do speak Thai fluently, but I have American accent, you know, because I lived in America for 23 years.
Yeah,
but yeah, I still fall victim to you know, those you know, what's it called, foreigner pricing, you know, like sometimes the the taxis will try to sometimes charge me the, you know, the flat rate when they're supposed to push the meter. You know, I think that's actually I think they're supposed to do that. They're always supposed to push the meter, but sometimes I'll have the taxi say like, oh, if you want to go there, it's 500 baht, and then I'll say like, no, I know what this is. I know what you're trying to do, you know, because I'm a Thai citizen and I live in Thailand. I understand what this is, because if someone's watching this and don't know what the taxi meter scam is, I'll share it with you. So there's a taxi meter scam out here in Thailand. I'm not saying that you might not even have this happen to you when you come out here. It's in the minority that this is going to happen. But let's say, for example, you go to the airport, and from the airport, you say, I need to go to, I don't know, this certain hotel. If you pushed the meter, if you took a taxi and they pushed the meter, that ride might only be, let's say, 347 baht, right? Let's say that was your fare. But what they'll try to do sometimes in this taxi scam, they'll say, oh, you need to go to that hotel. I'm going to charge a flat fee of 1,000 baht, you know, or 800 baht.
Okay.
So you usually the fare that they're going to quote you is going to be probably double to triple times the amount of what it would be if they just push the meter. So I think it's very important that you understand that. And if that does happen to you, just know what's going on.
So it's interesting. I would love to get your feedback if you happen to have time to watch one of the Richard Returns videos I did. I compared Las Vegas to Pattaya. I'm kind of wishing I would have done Las Vegas to Bangkok. That might have got more views. But
I watched those two videos you sent me.
Yeah, the 6 and 8. Yeah. So interesting. So Phuket is definitely on a lot of people's minds, because I feel like that's one of the first areas to open up to let you know, Farongs in. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see how that goes in the future and whatnot. But yeah, I did like a part 6 where I compared the two, and I got a lot of great comments. My preference is Pattaya, but I feel like Las Vegas is great too for nightlife. So if you can't get to Thailand, I think Las Vegas is great. It's just a lot more money.
Yeah, I mean, Las Vegas is definitely an expensive place. I mean, even for American people. I mean, you go to a nightclub in Las Vegas, you're paying like, I don't know, $20-$30 for a drink.
Yeah, exactly.
It's pretty ridiculous. But there's I mean, Bangkok it's cheap, but it's not like super cheap. Like if you go to some of the nice nightclubs out here in Bangkok, I mean, there's like, it's expensive too. Like I know one of the nightclubs that's real popular out here is I think it's called Le Bois. Have you ever been there? Le Bois. They have the Sky Bar. But I wonder if that's the one that has like a $35 beer or something like that. There's some of those are expensive, right? Yeah, I think Le Bois is the one that it has like very, very high prices. I mean, you're paying like 800. Don't quote me on this because I can't remember exactly, but I believe it's like 500 to 800 or 500 to 1,000 baht for like a drink per drink. Yeah, so that's like $30, you know. 1,000 baht, $30, $35, something like that, depending on what the exchange rate is. Yeah, but you're mainly going there for that view. So if you see it, if you think it's worth it, I mean, it could seem worth it if you just go there, buy one drink, and you just stay there for like an hour or 2 hours. I could see how that's worth the price. Teacher Thomas is F-bombs and sirens. That's life in live stream. So that's so true, man. It's like I try to kind of avoid that a little bit. I have family that watches these live shows, so I try to keep it family friendly. So I actually messaged Roy and let him know, like, hey, come on, watch the language a little bit. So maybe I'm just like being a little old fashioned. I don't know. I just kind of felt like, you know, be careful. Well, and it's good. Go ahead. It's good not to have swearing for the YouTube algorithm. because the YouTube usually promotes videos that don't have too much swearing. So
yeah, and you know as well as I do, like having to edit things in the YouTube studio is very time consuming. It's not the most user friendly program. You can edit like post video. I did that for a couple of mine. I think when I interviewed teacher Thomas Thailand, my buffering was so bad in the beginning when I was just chatting with everyone. And then when I brought him on, it was perfect. So I had to go back and edit out 15 minutes from the beginning. And just for the sake of, keeping people's sanity, they don't want to hear buffering. So I deleted that in the YouTube studio, and it just took forever to do. So yeah, to your point, it's probably easier just not to have it. But Gomar Ike was asking, what was your major in college?
I studied business administration. So I have a degree from UNLV in business administration.
Gotcha. Alpha Interactions is letting us know that he's learning Thai at the moment. So Alpha Interactions, man, I got to tell you, I posted a video link up for Thai with Mod. I'm a big believer in that service. It's through YouTube. She also has a website, but you can learn it for free on YouTube. And that was the place that I first went to start learning the basics of Thai, because I was overwhelmed initially. Like Thai language for me was very difficult. And then to make it worse, like I started getting into it a little bit, then I realized there's basically two languages. There's female language and male language. There's like different words for each. So that sort of put me up against it, very intimidating, but Thai with Mod made it very easy for me to understand and very basic little chunks of stuff. So I felt like that was helpful. And then also downloading the program Pimsleur for my phone. That's like an audio program I listen to 30-minute lessons. But my Thai still, Julian, is horrible, but I try to get by a little bit. I always share the story, like I learned my Thai numbers late. I learned how to say how much is this to a motorbike driver, but I had no idea what they were saying back to me. So I was like, I probably should have learned the numbers first. But I feel like, I feel this way. I feel like Thai numbers are probably easier than American, like English numbers. Do you kind of feel that way? That you're just kind of like adding with the Thai numbers?
Yeah, English, and I feel like English is very easy compared to a lot of other languages in the world. Trying to learn Thai, I don't quote me on I'm fluent in speaking Thai, but I actually don't know how to read and write in Thai. So I'm in the process of learning to read and write in Thai, but I believe it's 44 characters and 22 I think vowels or something like that. Yeah, so it's definitely a lot more than the English language to memorize. Wow.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just you gotta start breaking it out. You have to use it. For a long time, I was kind of embarrassed to break out my Thai because I felt like it wasn't that good, and it wasn't. I had a Thai girlfriend at the time that would not correct me on anything I was mispronouncing. So then I had another girlfriend that was very helpful in helping me kind of get better speaking Thai and kind of taught me the slangs, how to kind of speak like a Thai. Putting a na in there like korkunakap, that kind of stuff. So that more Thai-ish type language. But it is interesting that they kind of call you out on your English accent. I've had that a couple times. People will say this person has an Isan accent. This person is from Cambodia or Laos, I can tell. I guess they're pretty good at figuring that out.
Yeah. I saw one comment. It said, "What countries have I traveled to?" So I was gonna answer that.
Go for it. You're probably ahead of me where I am.
Oh, okay. No, I just saw one comment. I've traveled quite a bit in Southeast Asia. I've been to Vietnam. I've been to Myanmar. I've also been to Malaysia, and then I've also been, of course, to Thailand. I had the opportunity, which I was very thankful of. I went to Dubai, and I was offered to go to Dubai with this company called Ceresser Perfume that I do some modeling for. I do some modeling for this company, and they offered to take me to Dubai, and I helped the owner a little bit with translating in Dubai. So that was a really cool experience going to Dubai. I saw the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa.
Yeah.
That was pretty crazy. And then also I went to, I think it's called I'm gonna get this wrong, but I think it's let me look it up so I don't get the name wrong. It's called the Burj Al Arab. The Burj Al Arab. It's like one of the most famous buildings in Dubai. And the owner of the perfume company went to go study perfume making at that building. And that was really, really cool. That was a great experience, but unfortunately, I wasn't allowed to film inside. So it was pretty cool though. I could kind of explain a little bit. It's basically this really famous perfume maker was doing this course in perfume, like to learn about the different combinations of the perfume to make the certain scents and all that. And it's pretty crazy how many different combinations you can do to make perfume. But there was about 25 people that went to that class, and everybody was from every country. Like pretty much nobody was pretty much from the same country. There was people there from there was a couple there from America. There were some people from London. Also, there were some people from like Africa. Pretty much every continent except for Antarctica. So there was no pen.
So it's just like a melting pot.
Yeah, there was no penguins at that meeting, but there was definitely people from pretty much every continent there.
Wow. Travel Nut Live Life says, hope the beer garden comes back in some sort of way. So disappointing. I know I heard some comments saying that maybe it will come back as a casino, that some Asian investors may invest in it or something. I hope it stays what it is. I hope that someone comes in and just kind of makes some modifications to it. It stays a restaurant. That would definitely be nice. Robert Macanasia is saying that he really enjoys Vietnam. And that's definitely on my list, Robert Mack, is to get over there. I know Robert Macanasia has a great YouTube channel, and he's done some videos in Vietnam. So pretty interesting looking place. I definitely plan on getting over there at some point. In the house, Robert Nakata in the house. Zikon, hello Zikon. You only need to know about 20 Thai, very easy words to know the numbers. I guess he's saying 20 words to figure out all the numbers. I think that kind of speaks to like saying 10 plus 5 is 15, right? It's kind of like what I was saying, what's that, sisipa? So like, 40 plus 5 is 45. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, English. I mean, it's definitely difficult. Teacher Thomas Thailand commented. He said, Julian, have you decided to stay in Bangkok for a home base, or have you thought about any other locations? I have my current lease in Bangkok is, I believe, for like another year. So I'm going to be at least in Bangkok for the next year. I was thinking about maybe when that lease is up, I might want to move to the ocean. So I might want to be somewhere near the beach, whether that be in Rayong, where you're at, or I was even thinking about maybe Cha'am, or I might go to my hometown of Thrang, and I might stay in Thrang. So I haven't decided yet, but that's something that I'm considering right now. Is I'm not sure, but at least for the next year, I'm gonna be in Bangkok.
Well, I'm telling you, to that point, I've seen Teacher Thomas's house on YouTube, the various videos he does. I'm just going to ask to rent like the east wing of that mansion of a house when I come out there. I'm going to give him hey, Thomas, I need to like rent out the east wing. What's the cost for that? He's got open rooms in there, man. He's got like 6 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, got a recording studio in there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you could get a lot. You could get a lot for not too much in some of the other provinces for rentals. I mean, 15,000-20,000 baht can't really get you anything too spectacular in Bangkok, but you go to some of the other provinces, you could get, like you said, pretty much like a mansion for maybe 20,000, 30,000 baht a month.
Yeah, and I know. So I want to switch gears a little bit because I know you made a great video around. I think it was 5 reasons why you should not come to Thailand, specifically Bangkok. And one of the questions in the chat was around the pollution, because I know you mentioned like, hey, if you're sensitive to pollution, probably not a good place to come. Does the pollution affect you, Julian? Do you feel like you got to kind of get out of town every now and again?
Yeah, I was living in Las Vegas for pretty much my entire life. So I don't think the air was really that great in Las Vegas either, because there's a lot of dust because it's in the middle of the desert. So I feel I feel like it's a different type of pollution, because in Las Vegas you're dealing with mainly dust, but in Bangkok you're dealing with like real pollution. And does it affect me? I'm not really sure, because I don't feel any different when I'm in Bangkok and when I was in Las Vegas. I mean, I feel that I have the same energy levels that I did when I was in America. I just really like being next to the ocean, so that's why I like to go to the beach a lot. I like to go to Rayong. Every time I go to Rayong, I like to try to stop by Teacher Thomas Thailand's place. Also, I like to go to the islands, but the air in the islands is definitely, in my personal opinion, better than the air in Bangkok. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's kind of why I like Pattaya so much, because either Pattaya or Jomtien, because you can go out to the islands from there. So I definitely have a kind of soft spot in my heart for Jomtien. It's still close to the nightlife in Pattaya, but you still sort of feel like you're kind of away from it all, which is nice. And there's a lot of good Farang food, so I can eat, which is helpful. Preport was saying my retirement location will be in Pattaya for a decade or so. So let's do this real quick. Let's take a break, Julian. I'm getting the wave in. You're probably seeing this in the green room as well when this happens. Thailand Vloggers coming in. Let's go to Thailand Vloggers real quick and let's have a little chat.
Hey, it's so fun. It's all about the prices. Hey! Explain
Hey, how's it going?
Hold this.
Where are you at now?
I gotta put my earphones in. Can you hear us?
Yes.
I don't have the headphones in. We're at a place called the Red Lion, which is the happening bar, Soy 13 in Bangkok. Cheap drinks, English food.
Fraser's saying he's crazy. Great. Appreciate the update. Awesome.
Cheers,
Enjoy your night.
I'll come back to you later if you're around. We're just drinking and eating. Catch you later.
Okay.
Man.
All right, cool. Oh my gosh. So crazy. And Julian's left us now too. Hey, it's just me today, guys. Our first guest is Richard Travel. He has a great YouTube channel called Richard Travel. Please go check him out. This live show is going to start me drinking earlier and earlier in the morning, guys. I can tell you that. But yeah, I think we're having a good conversation with Julian. One of the things that resonated for me last week when we were talking with Johnny, there is something happening, was I remember Johnny telling me that he had a friend that was fluent in Thai and was telling him, I guess he was in a Thai bar speaking Thai, and the Thai people were saying, we can't understand you. We don't know what you're saying. Your Thai is not good. I think they were kind of just trying to cut him down a little bit. So I was going to ask Julian if that ever happens to him, but I'm assuming probably not so much. So that probably doesn't happen to him because he's pretty good with Thai. I kind of feel like. Go here to the saying hi to Johnny. Hello, guys.
Hey, what's up, Johnny?
Got Rasim Rayong is the vlogger in Rayong. His wife owns a resort there. Looks nice. Julian, you should try that place out. Yeah, he does have a cool resort. And Julian, if you do get a chance to go to Rayong, you should check that out. Check out his YouTube channel. Rasim Rayong. He's got a resort. I don't know what the resort is named though, but you can go to his YouTube channel. I think he has a bunch of videos on his resort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something to kind of check out. Johnny, there is something happening. Saying hello. Hello, guys. Good vibes. Johnny's a big fan of your channel. He's done some video interviews with you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Johnny, for your help and having me as a guest on your channel. That really helped me out a lot. I appreciate it.
Now, have you been to, I'm going to say it wrong because Maggie from Maggie's Journey has taught me how to say this. I think you say it Grabi. It's more of like a G. How do you say that beach? Krabi or Grabi?
Yeah, I say Grabi. That's how I say it. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah. I think we're both saying it right.
Yeah.
But I like that place.
Yeah.
I like that place, but when I went there last time, it was super packed. But I think the beaches are very pretty there. Yeah,
and like to your point, I think it's such different, quality of air when you get out to the islands. It's just a lot clearer, a lot easier to breathe. Oh, here we go. We got the name of the resort. It's called Buntham and Chui Resort in Rayong. All right, let me do this. Got another call in here. for Thailand Vloggers
we're
giving me
on
the thumbs
show
up.
now. I can't hear anything though.
Here.
Hello. Can you hear
Hey
me?
man, what's up?
Thailand Vloggers. Hello. Fraser. Hello.
สวัสดีครับผม
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. Mao Makma.
เมามากๆใครผมก็ไม่
Mao
เมา
Mao Nitnoy. Mao Makma. All right. Great. Sabari Makap. Everyone doing okay?
Yeah, we're doing okay here,
สบาย
man.
ดีสบายดี
We're cruising the bars. We're checking out Bangkok. It's a good night because it's not raining and flooded. So
Yeah, a lot of rain
there's a lot
lately.
of pent-up drinking anxiety from last night, which is a Buddha holiday and raining. So
Yeah. Good to get
good to
out.
be out now. We're running around having a good time. This is guy Phil.
Is this mine?
Phil, come on, go on camera, Phil.
I will.
This is Phil.
Hi.
Everybody
Phil.
has a friend named Phil. This is my friend named Phil.
If you're in Thailand, you need to come to Roy's
Carabao.
Red Lion. You want to drink Tanqueray for 95 baht? You come here. You want to drink Grey Goose vodka for 100 baht? You come here. It's a pensioners and retirees heaven. You really need to come here. I promise you.
I love it.
You'll enjoy.
Great. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
That was
Cheers to you, Thailand Vloggers.
That was an update from Phil, and when Phil says that he means it. It's not BS. This is a Tanqueray tonic.
All right.
On Soy 13.
Tanqueray for 95 baht? Are you on your mind? That's like 250, 300 baht. 95 baht for Tanqueray gin and tonic. Oh my God. It's a pensioner's retiring drink. Guinness.
All right.
165 baht. Full pint.
All right.
Not a half a
Love
pint.
it.
Full.
All right.
You gotta have.
Thanks a lot, Thailand Vloggers. We're going to get back to the interview, and
Yeah.
we'll check in with you a little bit later.
100,
Yeah. It's cool.
All right.
169
Thank you.
baht.
Oh, my gosh. Need some kind of need
Yeah.
some medication for this live stream. Either it's going really well or it's off the rails. I see like the numbers for who's staying in the live stream. I feel like the more we go there, the more we start to lose people. I don't know if people are enjoying it. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, keep going there or like stop. Let me know. You do a temperature check on that. I have no idea what's good anymore. I
Yeah, I
keep
think
enjoying
they're-
my conversation with Julie, and then I have to go out to the bar. So
Yeah, I think they're past the point of knowing what they're talking about. So
yeah. Well, it's a chance you take sometime. I don't think that Thailand Vloggers gets the chance to go out much since he's a married man. So I think he appreciates his time away. That kind of thing. Hey,
yeah, he's not living in Bangkok, so he must be going there for a little trip or something.
yeah, if I remember right, I think he's more south of Thailand, right? Is that his
Yeah, I
location?
think-
I don't know. I forget.
Yeah, I think he definitely doesn't live in Bangkok. I can't remember exactly where he is, but it's not in Bangkok.
Yeah. So, Julian,
Yeah.
how would you explain your channel? Because I don't know if I did you a disservice in the way I explained your channel, because I know you do a lot. You also, I just found a video series I didn't know existed today, A Day in the Life. It's a day in your life in Bangkok. What was the motivation behind that series? That seems like that's going to be the first one that I watched today. That seems very interesting.
Yeah, well, the thing I like about the Day in the Life series, it's one, it's very, very easy for me to film, because it's basically I just take the viewers with me on a day in my life, and there's literally an unlimited amount of days, to do that. So I think that's kind of a fun thing that I can make those videos very quickly, and I think they actually get a lot of interaction. People seem to really enjoy those videos. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I like making that. But I'm doing kind of like an experiment now too. Is I'm trying to get more interactions in the Day in My Life video. So I'm trying to ask for like I'll make the next Day in the Life video once this video gets like 100 likes. So I think my most recent Day in the Life video has like 55 likes right now. So once I'm going to stay true to that too. So once that video hits 100 likes, whether that be today, next month, next year, then I'll make another Day in the Life video.
Yeah, and that's something I feel like when you and I spoke a couple of days ago, you do a great job of. So I thought I sort of understood the whole engagement, how to promote yourself socially, but you take it like to next level. Like you showed me, like Richard, you got to post this on your community tab on your YouTube channel. Don't just like post in your Facebook group. So I learned that, and then you shared it on yours. That was awesome. We got a lot of people in the chat today, and then also you're talking about little, I don't want to say like tricks, but ways to get people to engage more. Like, hey, if I get 100 likes, I'm going to do another video. And that's great because it gets people thinking about it. Go More Hike was asking a question around your book, Julian, Create Your Own Destiny. You linked to it on your channel. Tell us about it and why we should all buy it.
Yeah, I think if you are interested in just living a better life, I think my book can provide you a lot of value. I also have, it's available in every format. It's available in paperback, audiobook, or ebook. So if you are a fan of my channel and you want to support me, I would say that's probably the best way that you could support me is buying that book, because out of everything I've done in my life, I would say writing that book is probably one of my most proudest accomplishments. Like that was something. I've talked to other authors, and I never really was thinking like I'm going to be an author or anything like that. That book was something that I literally felt like I had to do. Like it was just weird. It wasn't like I planned it out like months in advance or years in advance. It was literally, I felt like I had to write this book. And then I wrote the book, and I had like I think I wrote the entire book and had it published within a week. It's because I was just like literally on laser focus, and I was like, I need to finish this book. It's just what I had. And some people will say like, oh, you might have like, 2 or 3 spelling errors throughout the entire book. I mean, that's not the point. The thing is, I needed to get this book out, and to have only 2 or 3 spelling errors in the entire book without having a proofread or anything, I feel like that's pretty good.
Yeah, so that's a great sign for just life in general, right? When you feel that inspired and focused. Have you felt that way doing videos, putting videos together?
Yeah, I mean,
I got to get this out. I'm so focused.
Yeah, it depends on the video. Like I know they might not be the most popular videos, but I really enjoy doing interviews on my channel. And I just, that's something that I really enjoy doing. And even though they might not be the most popular videos, I enjoy doing them. And if people want to watch them, or if they don't want to watch them, that's up to them. But that's just something that I would do that interview even if it didn't get any views. Like if I would want to do that interview no matter what. Like I have one really great interview that I did with a childhood friend of mine. His name's Zane Thomas. He's a professional golfer. If you don't know, I used to actually be a very competitive golfer when I was younger.
Did not know that. Wow.
Yeah, I won many tournaments, mainly junior tournaments. I was pretty competitive from like the age of 12 all the way up to about 17. I didn't play college golf, but I could have played college golf if I wanted to at a smaller, not maybe like I probably could have played maybe Division I, but it was definitely not going to be like at a big school. I could have played golf, but it probably wouldn't have been at like a huge school in college. But I decided, because I was a Nevada resident, it would actually be much more financially beneficial just for me to go to UNLV. So I wasn't good enough to make the UNLV golf team, but I decided to get my education from UNLV.
Interesting. I guess the question that Ari Experience had was, did you ever go to the casinos or play poker when you were in Vegas?
I lived in Las Vegas for 23 years. I think in my entire life, I maybe only went to the casinos maybe 5 times in my entire life. Maybe 10 times. Yeah, maybe 5 or 10 times.
Yeah, the casinos, I'm not a big, go ahead.
Actually, like playing, gambling. I went to the casinos to eat at the all-you-can-eat restaurants and stuff like that, but I didn't go and play. I might have only played gambling maybe 5 or 10 times in my entire life.
Yeah, I'm not a big gambler as well, Julian. I feel like I work too hard for my money. I don't want to see it go away in 5 or 10 minutes. Yeah. And then Go More Hike said he really enjoyed the interview. And I watched this one too. You did with the young former Thai pop star. So that was a good interview you did there, man. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool because that was Ploy Little Voice. And she was like a real, I mean, maybe most people who are watching us in this live chat might not know who she is, but she was like like a real superstar when she was younger. Yeah, she was like a really big superstar out here.
Yeah, and then I forgot what the name of the lady was that you did the interview of. She had like basically a spa service where she sold perfume, had spa services. And the cool thing about that, man, I was like on the edge of my seat. I actually leaned forward watching this when you said, I'm going to ask the questions in English. She's going to respond in Thai because she's a little, reluctant to kind of speak English. But you understood everything she was saying. I just kind of like showcase the fact that, yeah, this guy knows Thai. So you're able to hear everything that she's saying, kind of laugh a little bit as she's saying it, and then you would say it in English. So, and that's not easy to do because you have to listen to like 5 minutes of what she's saying and then sort of tell us what it was. So was that one of your more difficult interviews, or did that come pretty easy?
No, the interviews come pretty easy. That interview, I kind of had mixed reviews in the comments. So some people were saying that it took me too long to respond. So like if she was talking, it took me too long to respond to it. So I see some YouTubers who have different languages. They sometimes just put the subtitles on the bottom. So I don't really like doing that. I think the way I'm doing it is better, but it's gonna get mixed responses. But yeah, to answer your question, I don't really see the interviews as being that difficult. It's just I try to make it as natural as possible, and I try not to think of the questions ahead of time. I try to keep it flowing naturally.
Yeah, and that's a big thing. Is like just listening, active listening. Sometimes I'll type out a lot of questions or write out a lot of questions from my guests, and then we talk about something totally different, So I think to your point, it's good to go with the flow and make it more of a conversational interview, make sure that everyone's engaged. So you do have a significant other that helps you with the filming. And that was my question for you, like controversial topic. Like, so you do such a great job with those videos, especially the hotel videos. Do you have someone helping you film those? Is it like your go-to, or do you do some of those yourself with like a selfie stick or a like some kind of Osmo? What's your setup?
Yeah, so I actually have a pretty good setup. I have a DJI Osmo Pocket, and then I also have just my iPhone. I mean, I've done a lot of videos just using my iPhone, especially my earlier videos. But a lot of my recent videos, I do use a DJI Osmo Pocket, and I usually have. For the most part, my entire life, I've been in non-exclusive relationships. So some people may see that as strange or not, but yeah, I'm basically in non-exclusive relationships.
Nice. And I just wanted to take a quick moment to call out the moderators on today's live stream. So guys, I was born at night, but I was not born last night. I am very cognizant of the trolls that do happen to come into live streams. I did see all the comments that were coming in. Thank you, moderators, for deleting and banning certain individuals. Daystate Fox, thank you for all of your text messages. Thomas, thanks for all your messages. So just so you guys know, I do get messages on Facebook during the live stream letting me know what's going on. So I'm very cognizant of that. Just to let you know, like, this is not the place to come if you want to troll, man. It's like, I consider this place to be very neutral. I bring on guests that I like, that I enjoy their videos. I have no dog in the fight here. So just go to another channel. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
they always say you don't want to,
I saw some of the comments got removed. I was wondering what they were writing. I didn't get to see what they were saying.
Yeah. You and I can chat offline. I'll let you know all the good stuff. But yeah, no, it's great. Yeah. So a good question for you is, I'm definitely thinking about getting the Osmo Pocket when I return to Thailand, just because I feel like it can fit in your pocket. You can take it anywhere. Not a lot of equipment. Do you find that works out best for you when you're kind of traveling for your recording device?
Yeah, I have the Osmo Pocket right here. I can bring it up. So this is the Osmo Pocket.
Yeah, so small, right?
Here. Yeah,
and
I mean,
all the image stabilization that shoots in 4K.
This is an iPhone, and this is the size of so it's about the same size as an iPhone. Yeah. But the thing that I like about having my videos shot this way is my videos are very, I would say, pretty raw. Like I don't really have a lot of special editing and stuff like that. I mean, I might look into that in the future, but I want my equipment to be able to where I could just have someone help me that isn't very skilled in photography. So most of my videos, I could just ask like, one of my friends and say like, hey, do you mind, helping me with this? And they just walk around with it. It's very easy to do. I am going to look into making a video about a little more fancy. I'm going to do it at the airplane graveyard. So that's going to be a video coming in the future. But I have a video photographer and editor that's going to help me with this video. And I'm going to see what the response is to this type of editing. I'm going to see if people are like really, really that much more engaged and happy to see this more fancy editing, then maybe I will make my future videos this way. But if I can see like, it's not really that much of a difference. It's so the way I'm filming the videos right now, it's so easy to edit. It's so easy to shoot.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And plus I would have to pay him to shoot the video and edit the video. So that's an additional cost that I would have with that style. Yeah.
And I always say like, so I find that like when people start doing video editing, they get really into the transitions. I want to spin out, have this thing come in and a page peel. But what I'll tell people is like, if you look at like news stories or documentaries, their transitions are it's just a splice. There's no like fade in, fade out. It's really just quick transitions. So I go with that most of the time. I think like 90% of my transitions are just cuts, just bam, roll. And I like that because it's easier to fade in and out the music. You put anything into the video clip that you're editing. It's just easier versus if there's a transition, there's that gray area in between the video clips. It's harder to bring things in and out. That's just kind of my take. But my question to you, Julian, is what type of music are you using in your videos? Are you using just a YouTube Studio, using Epidemic, a subscription? Because you have some good music on your videos. For the most part, I use the YouTube Studio music. I also click it to have the settings be that you don't have to give the attribution in the description. So there's like two settings that you can do. It's like attribution required, attribution not required. So I usually click the settings to attribution not required, and then I try to find what kind of music might be good for what I'm going for that video. Yeah. Yeah, I would say if you start to use music more, I know you use it a little bit. Most of your videos are like you talking and like, I love that. That's awesome. I know that you do kind of go to like some music sometimes. If you do find yourself using music more, I would say I'm a big fan of Epidemic. They don't pay me to say this, but I love it because you can sort by genre and then mood, and you can see the entire stream of music, the audio clip. So you can see like, this is something I can use for like 30 seconds or 45 seconds, this kind of stuff. So I'm a big fan of that. I think it's like $10 a month, but if you do get more into it, check it out. Just my little opinion on that. Yeah. To talk about your video real quick, I was actually pretty impressed with the two videos I watched from you. I felt like I was watching like a BBC documentary, so it was very well made. I mean, it was very well made. That's what I'll give to you. Is it for the short attention span of the majority of people nowadays? Probably not, but I felt like when I was watching that video, I felt like I was watching like a really high-end documentary. It was very good. Yeah. Well, thanks for that. The first round of that series, they were all like 6 to 7 minutes. Because I was new to YouTube, I felt like that's the mindset of my new subscribers. Just make it short and sweet. But a lot of the comments were saying, we'd like to see longer videos. So I went back and redid most of the videos. And what I found, it's better if they're over 10 minutes because YouTube can throw in another ad. So they tend to promote more videos that are over 10 minutes. So I think all the videos over 10 minutes with the exception of the part 7, the Chiang Rai. But yeah, thanks for that. I appreciate that, man. Very much appreciate it. I had a message I was going to show by Teacher Thomas. He says, Julian is an intelligent gentleman. I interviewed him on a live stream, but no notice. Nice to have this young man amongst the Thailand Vloggers community. That must be nice to hear, huh? Yeah, I have to thank Teacher Thomas Thailand. I mean, he was kind of like the first YouTuber besides myself that we kind of collaborated together. And I think he saw like one of my videos and he commented on one of the videos that he liked the video. And then I didn't know who he was at first when he commented that comment, but I went and clicked his comment. I checked out his channel and I was like, hey, this
this actually seems pretty cool. And then I reached out to him. I can't remember through email or through messaging or something like that. But we decided to do a collaboration together. So he had me as a guest on his channel, and I also had him as a guest on my channel. And that interview that I did with him on my channel, I believe it has almost 2,000 views now, and it's probably one of the most educational videos about anyone who's interested in moving from America to Thailand. So if anyone's interested in moving from America to Thailand, that is probably one of the best videos that, in my personal opinion, is probably one of the best videos.
What's the title of that video? What's the title of that video?
I'll share it in the live chat. It's called
yeah.
It's called,
you know, you can post it as a comment after the live stream ends, because then it's there forever, right? A lot of people don't monitor the live chat after the video. Yeah, post it in there. I want to check that out too as well. I think I might have seen that, but not sure. Yeah, that'd be appreciated.
If you put Teacher Thomas Thailand Julian Glasser in the search bar, it'll pop up.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it has to deal with cost of living in Thailand. It's very good. It's an hour long. It's a very long interview. It's one hour long. And the funny thing is, we originally were planning to make that video like 10 minutes long, but we just kept going and going. And I was like, nah, I can't hit the stop button because this is just it's too educational. You know, it's just too good. It's too good to hit the stop button. Yeah. But 1 hour went by, like, for us, it went by like super quick.
Yeah, it can go by pretty quick. So I want to take a pause here and just mention that Bad Badger's a comment here. So Bad Badger, his YouTube channel is Bad Badger Retired in Thailand. And the reason I'm having you take note of that is he's sitting right about at 930 subscribers. And the big goal for all of us YouTube creators is to be over 1,000. You can monetize a channel. Your videos start to get promoted more in the YouTube algorithm. So guys, I would just say my appeal to you is please go check out that channel, Bad Badger Retired in Thailand. If you haven't heard of it, check it out. Consider subscribing to it. He's so close, just needs a bump up. And I would say, Bad Badger, I want to let you know that we had a great interview a couple weeks ago. I'd love to have you back. I'd love to have you back on the Richard Saturday Live show. So I'll reach out to you this week, check your schedule, see what weeks are free, and we'd love to have you back, talk about the channel a little bit more detail, and maybe we get your wife on the camera this time. So that would be great. But he has a question for you, Julian. Where do you see your channel going in the next few years?
Yeah, so I'm taking YouTube pretty seriously. I noticed like a lot of YouTubers out here in Thailand, you know, they kind of treat YouTube more as a hobby, which is fine, you know, if you treat YouTube as a hobby. But for me, I take YouTube pretty seriously, and it's kind of been my main focus. And I kind of decided that I was thinking, what would be a good way to live life in a very kind of you know, a happy way? What would be like my desired life, and what do I have to do to do that? And I saw YouTube as being a means that I could basically do things that I love, which is traveling, and also staying at hotels, eating amazing food, which is pretty much the three main things on my channel: is traveling, eating amazing food, and checking out hotels. And this recent hotel that you said that you really liked, the $600 a night hotel, you know, that was made possible through the YouTube channel. And I don't even have that many subscribers. I only have 1,500 subscribers at this moment in time, you know. But one thing that I noticed is when I started taking YouTube seriously, I've been doing YouTube for a while, but I've only really been taking YouTube seriously for about maybe 3 months. Is what I've really learned about YouTube. I learned about the algorithm. I learned about, you know, how to get your channel promoted more through YouTube. And the last 3 months, my channel has been growing at 100% every month. So, wow. Like I said, when I was kind of just wishy-washy and not really taking YouTube seriously, my channel was growing quite slow. But like I said, the last 3 months, I've been taking YouTube seriously, and every single month it's been growing at 100%. So if this continues into the future, I could see hitting, you know, 10,000. My goal before the end of the year is to try to hit 10,000 subscribers, and that would be awesome. But if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. That's what I'm trying to do before the end of the year. I'd be very happy with
the first thing is to have quality content like you're doing, right? You're really producing some great videos out there. I thought we might lighten the mood a little bit. How about you and I go live to the drinkers?
Yeah.
Let's check on these guys one more time. Let's check them out. Okay.
Hey,
Hey guys. There we go.
Hey guys, how's it going?
How's it going? Tell us what's happening. Where are you guys at?
We're just at a bar on Sukhumvit Soy. What soy is it?
13. Soy 13.
Sukhumvit Soy 13. Having a couple gin and juices, and relaxing with Mr. Thailand Vlogger, who randomly walked in when I was enjoying my beers at the other bar.
It was amazing.
Unexpected meeting.
Yeah, that's pretty cool that you guys met up without knowing you guys were both there, right?
Yeah, completely random.
We were both from SoundCloud, so it's weird.
Yeah, that is cool.
Awesome.
Yep.
Keep it up, guys. We'll come back to you a little bit later.
All right.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I got to do like a mea culpa. That was my way of using the restroom, Julian.
Oh yeah, that was quick.
Bring those guys on. Exit.
I have to thank definitely everybody who's helped me take the videos. All my friends who helped me take the videos. I have to thank them. I also have to thank Teacher Thomas Thailand for doing the collaboration together. Johnny, there's something happening. If you're still watching, thank you so much for the shout out. That really helped me out. And I know I met a couple more YouTubers too who are interested. I actually have a really I don't want to say a big YouTuber, but I have a YouTuber who's gaining a lot of traction. He's going to be a guest on my channel on the 8th. So we're meeting on the 8th to do an interview together. So I think that's going to be a popular interview, and he's trending. He's trending right now in Thailand. So I'm going to keep that a secret right now. But I have a YouTuber who's going to be a guest on my channel. So that's going to be fun.
I'll tell you, that's the key, man. It helped my channel out a lot, to kind of grow, having larger YouTube creators on. And then for me, it's not so much about that anymore, Julian. It's like I get a lot of people saying, Richard, you should have this person on, that person on. But I have to be interested in their content. I have to really believe in the videos they're producing. So like your channel, man, just great videos. Like I felt like everything is high quality there. So you should definitely pat yourself on the back. Like you're producing great content. Your channel is going to continue to grow. Like you're saying, 100% month over month. Like that will continue to happen. Go More Hike is doing a lot of research on you though, Julian. Because you also wrote a book, Love Me Again. Let's know about this one. What's this one about?
Oh yeah, that's just a fiction book. It's not really a romance book. It is kind of a romance book, but it's not like explicit or anything like that. It's a pretty interesting story. I think it was a pretty good book. But like I said, my most proudest book that I've written is Create Your Own Destiny. So if you're interested in supporting me, that would be the best way to support me is to check out my book, Create Your Own Destiny. And you could read the reviews. Most people are pretty happy with it. So
yeah, and I think it's just, if you ask any YouTube creator like what they're looking for, most will tell you they're looking for that one viral video, that's going to get you a couple million views, going to increase your sub count. CB Media's viral video was the powerboat, right? That got him like 60,000 subscribers right from that video. Do you look at it too, Julian? You're like, wow, I just need that one video to get me promoted.
I'm trying to look at the YouTube as a very long-term thing. And the way I see my channel is kind of more like an encyclopedia of Thailand. So if someone's looking up like, I don't know, some hotel in Thailand, and they're looking up like, I don't know, the Play Paya Hotel Rayong, I'm hoping that video is going to pop up. And if they look up like condo for rent in Bangkok, Thailand, then my video will pop up. And I am trying to produce a lot of content on the channel so that if anyone's looking up something about Thailand, then that will pop up, and then they can, subscribe to my channel, check out my other videos, maybe buy my book, which would be great if they want to support me that way. Also, I was thinking about doing, once the country starts to reopen, I'm also going to be able to do maybe some tour guide services. So I was going to do two options available. One is you can hire a Thai national tour guide. The price is going to be a little bit cheaper. Or if I'm free, you could hire me personally, but the price is going to be more of a premium price for that. But that's going to be kind of like the two options once the country opens back up. So that's what I was hoping my channel too, is to maybe drive traffic towards the tour guide services too in the future.
Those are all great ideas. It just shows me like, so you're wired a little differently, which is great because you're wired the way an entrepreneur is wired. You're always looking for like, what could I do? What else could I do? I almost feel like you're trying to help people. Like even with your videos, trying to help people. What hotel should I stay at? What restaurant should I eat at? The entrepreneurial side of you, like, you know, what kind of service can I provide? And it kind of speaks to the person you are, Julian K Glasser. And you and I talked about this a couple days ago around the name of the channel, right? So some people would say, Julian, you got to have like a tagline for your channel, like, you know, whatever, right? Make it up. It should be like a slogan or something like that. But I shared with you that there's a very large YouTuber that I follow that's actually just switched her name from this tagline to her actual name. And the reason she did that is because she said she wants to build a brand that is her, right? So by having her name as the YouTube channel, she can build her brand into other areas of revenue. Is that something you were thinking about with your channel name? Is like you want it to be your name because you're such an entrepreneur, you want to have other things going on as well?
Yeah, that's a good question, Richard. And I think that's something that I'm gonna explain why some people might not want to use their name. And this is actually a really good reason. There's this large channel that has to do with the business niche. And this channel, the reason why they don't have it just being one person's name is because they wanted, instead of just one person, they wanted it to be like an entity, this entity, like a media company. So one good benefit for that is you don't have to have the same person make every single video, which is good. So for example, like my channel, it's Julian K Glasser, but imagine if I had my channel like, I don't know, Thailand tour guides or Thailand travel videos or something like that, right? I could have not just me make videos, I could have like a staff of like 5 people make videos because it doesn't attach to my name. You know, it's more like an entity. So I could see how you could grow very, very quickly if you do it that way, because you could just have like a team of people working for you. Me, it's going to be a little harder because it's my name. So people are going to associate my channel with me. Me personally, I like that. I like my channel being associated with myself, but it's going to be a little more difficult to grow your channel because you're going to have to be mainly the star of all your videos. Also, I could see how, just one more thing that I wanted to mention is I could also see privacy reasons. Maybe somebody doesn't want to use their own name for privacy reasons, which is totally understandable too.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some good points there, right? Because as we saw tonight, you can sometimes have the trolls come in. So if they know who you are personally, they can go after other stuff. So does that kind of keep you up at night, the fact that you have your name exposed, or is it not really a big concern of yours?
Yeah, I don't really mind it. I like to use my name. I'm okay with using my name. I get some weird comments sometimes though. That's kind of weird. And I just think that it's coming from people who are maybe not in the best place in their life. And then they, you know, most of the hate usually comes from below. You know, you usually don't have somebody hating on you who's making $7 million a year and is the CEO of their company. You know, they're not going to say, oh no, you shouldn't be doing that. They're going to, most of the time, the very successful people that I've met in my lifetime, they've almost always told me to, you know, go for it, you know, go for whatever you want to do, go for it.
Yeah, and I think that really resonated for me, Julian, when we talked a couple of days ago. And just so people don't think they missed a live stream, I like to do pre-interviews with all my guests. So Julian and we had a great conversation for about 45 minutes a couple of days ago. And one of the things you did say, you know, I mentioned to you like, wow, you know, the trolls, this kind of negative comments, what do you do? And you told me like the hate comes from below. And for me, that really resonated. Like, yeah, so just don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. And I'm fortunate enough to have great moderators on the channel that take care of all that stuff for me.
Yeah, because most of the people that are going to be commenting and saying bad things about you, they would love to switch places with you in an instant, you know. And that's something that I realize, and I've learned that concept from successful YouTubers, you know, successful YouTube channels, and they say the same thing. It's like the hate usually comes from below. It's not going to come from above. You're not going to have someone making $1 million a year texting on YouTube saying, "Oh, you know, you're a terrible person. You should go," and you know, they say really mean things. They're weird comments sometimes. I'm happy that YouTube actually has a system in place that actually puts those comments in spam. So you probably see that in your folders too, that they go directly to spam, and then I just delete them. You know, I just block them from my channel. You could block them from your channel too.
Yeah, so that list is definitely growing on mine, which is helpful. They tend to switch their names up and stuff like that. I do wish that YouTube would do like reverse IP lookup on where that's coming from if it's inappropriate content, and block the IP, not the username. I think that would be more helpful. Yeah.
There might
then
be
you're going after that
security.
computer.
Yeah, there might be like security reasons that they can't do that, or so. I don't know. I don't know too much about that. Yeah. But
that's something I know a lot about, too much about. But Teacher Thomas has a lighter question, getting a little too deep. He said, "I'm honored to have been the first one to interview Julian on an impromptu live stream. His channel is going to explode. Stay tuned." I feel the same way, man. I mean, you can't hold good content back. It's just a matter of the content finding its audience, you know? That's something Teacher Thomas knows a lot about.
Yeah, I've talked to a lot of YouTubers out here, and they kind of all say the same thing. Is like the first. I know Johnny said this. I know Teacher Thomas Thailand said this. There's other YouTubers out there that said the same thing. The first 1,000 seems to be the hardest. The first 100, the first 1,000 seems to be the hardest, and then after the 1,000 mark, it's usually easier to go from 1,000 to 10,000 than it is to go from 0 to 1,000. So I know Teacher Thomas Thailand, if I remember correctly, he said that it took him about, I think, 6 months to go from 0 to 1,000, but it only took him 1 month to go from 1,000 to 2,000. So if that continues into the future, then Teacher Thomas Thailand is definitely going to probably hit 10,000 over the next maybe 6 months, I would say. And me and Teacher Thomas Thailand were talking too, and I taught him a little bit too about how it's important to understand the YouTube algorithm. You know, the YouTube algorithm is very important, because if you're going to take YouTube seriously, if you want to just do it as a hobby, that's fine. But if you want to take YouTube seriously, you definitely need to understand how the platform works, and that's going to help you out in the future.
Yeah, and I think so. There's some interesting points you made there. I think one of them is you need to understand how YouTube works. So I think that's very important. I think what YouTube creators, at least the new ones that I talk to, get hyper focused on, and they shouldn't maybe, is around the tags. You know, tags, I feel, this is just my opinion, Julian, correct me if you feel differently. I feel like tags in your videos were important a couple years ago, but the algorithm is so sophisticated. I feel like they're pulling information out of the video with their AI, and the tags are no longer as important for YouTube to recommend you and do what they call impressions, right? So you want to have a lot of impressions where YouTube's putting you out there on home pages of other people's YouTube accounts. But I don't know, what do you feel about tags? Do people stay too focused on tagging their videos?
Tags definitely do help. The most important thing for YouTube is it's in this order from what I've learned in my opinion. It's number one, most important thing is your title. Number two is your thumbnail. Number three is your tags. Number four is your description. So YouTube, like I said, there's a lot of things that go into YouTube, but that's how I would rank in order of importance. I would say it would be title, thumbnail, tags, description. Because something that a lot of people don't know is that YouTube actually can pull data from your description. So I know Johnny actually did, whether Johnny knew this or not, Johnny did a really good thing, including some Q&A in his, I think he includes Q&A in pretty much all of his description videos. And the thing is, even though his video might not have to deal with a certain topic, but because, you know, a certain question is in his description, his video might rank just for that words. So another thing that's important too is to understand that one thing that will pop up in the description is the first, I think, 3 sentences. So the first 3 sentences in your description is very important, because that's what might also help you rank too. So I usually try to include keywords in the first 3 sentences of my description. Like one very popular keyword is Bangkok, Thailand. That's like super popular. Pattaya. Thai girls, that's a very popular keyword. Also, Thai baht to US dollar is a popular keyword. So it's cost of living in Thailand is a very popular keyword.
Yeah.
So it's like those are things that you should try to include. And like I said, I've noticed in the last 3 months, it's been heading in the right direction. And I'm trying to do more collabs in the future too, because collaborations definitely help each other out. And I was actually very thankful that a lot of larger YouTubers have agreed to collaborate with me, because it helps smaller YouTubers out really, really quickly. And I've even tried to pay it back forward a little bit too, with helping other YouTubers who are smaller than me. Like one of my best friends out here in Thailand is the YouTube channel Beauty in the East that we talked about.
That to me. Yeah.
And when we did the collaboration together, I had like 1,000 subscribers and he had maybe like 100 or 120 or something like that. But then once we did the collaboration together, I think he went from like 120 to like 240 or something like that. Like he almost jumped almost doubled his subscribers in like one day. So it's definitely, I think you should definitely collaborate with smaller YouTubers. You should collaborate with larger YouTubers and try to help each other out. I don't think we should see it as like, oh, I'm trying to compete with this channel. I think we should try to help each other out, because YouTube has an unlimited amount of money to disperse pretty much to their content creators. Yeah. Literally, the Google owns YouTube, and Google is literally a $1 trillion company. So for Google to send out like $1,000, $2,000-$3,000 a month, it's really not much for them. It's very small.
It's funny you mentioned about the money, because I was so excited to get so just so everyone on the channel knows, I got my last month, my first time of being monetized, earning money. I earned $50 US. So I was all excited about that. I went into Google. It said, so there's a minimum limit on how much they want to disperse. It's $100. So it's like, I was so excited that I earned it, but I'm not going to get it.
Yeah, but it's exciting. It's exciting that you're monetized, because that's the first step. It's only, I mean, in reality, it's only going to go up from here. I mean, it shouldn't go down. It shouldn't go down. So if you're getting a paycheck every month from Google, that's great. You can tell, you can go around telling people that you work for Google.
Right. So Julian, you need to do me a favor with Gomar. You got to tell Gomar Hike to go to the Philippines. And the reason I say that is every live stream, he's asking the guests, like, have you been to the Philippines? Gomar Hike is on the fence on if he wants to go to the Philippines or not. He's been to Thailand, but he's very inquisitive about the Philippines. So have you been yourself?
I haven't gone to the Philippines, but I definitely want to go there one day in my life. Yeah, I think it's a pretty. I don't know what the cost of living is in the Philippines compared to Thailand. I don't know if it's going to be more expensive or less expensive. I'm not sure. But Myanmar was super cheap. Myanmar was probably 25% cheaper than Thailand.
Yeah, I've heard it's very clean, nice place to live. A lot of expats will actually work there. Yeah, cool. Awesome. Yeah, well, I'm going to start to kind of wrap things up here, Julian, because I'll let you finish your comment there. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say it probably just depends on where you go travel in Myanmar, just like any country. There's going to be nice places and not so nice places.
Yeah. No, I loved our interview today. Like, I please want to give you an open invitation to come back anytime. Maybe if you do an interview, I can sometime come on your channel. We can cross collaborate, that kind of thing. Yeah. So many interesting stories. I feel like we just scratched the surface of who you are. So I just appreciate you kind of taking an hour and a half out of your day to kind of talk with us.
Yeah, we'll either have to do the collaboration online like this, or wait until next time you come out to Thailand, and then we could do it in person.
Yeah, and that may be sooner than later. So I got a couple different angles I'm working on for that. So I'll definitely keep you updated as that goes on. But hey, thanks again for coming on the channel, man. I appreciate it. Good luck to you. Everyone go subscribe.
Thank you for the invitation, Richard. I appreciated it. So,
all right. Thanks, Julian. Talk to you next time.
Bye.
Great guest, guys, right? Just an encyclopedia of information. I just love that. Great guest, great information. Thailand Vloggers was also fun to go to. Leave a comment if you thought that was great. We could keep doing that kind of thing. If it was not great, let me know. I take all kind of comments, this kind of thing. So Definitely. We'll just tell you that, like I was talking about earlier in the live stream, I do have a set of edited videos called Richard Returns to Thailand, parts 1 through 8. Take you through Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket, all the different areas. I'm working on part 9 now, but I would say feel free to check those out. I'll be back next week with another live show, guest to be announced. We're still working out the details there, but we have some good ones on the docket for next week. And I just thank everyone for joining the live stream today, and we'll see you next week. And again, check out those Richard Returns videos.
People on a motorbike.
Video.
Video, yeah. Who's driving? You? Dao. No.